Hello, welcome to the Sunnydale Diaries, a podcast where I, Sean,
And I, Melanie.
watch and discuss every episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and how the related themes impact our lives. If you are new to the podcast, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Uh, if you can, please drop us a review or a comment or a rating on your podcast platform of choice or YouTube if you're watching the video version. For those of you who are new, I have been a big fan of Buffy for many, many years since it originally aired in the late 90s.
And I have not.
It is new to
It's all
Melanie.
new.
What are we talking about today, Melanie?
We are talking about season 3, episode 10, Amends.
The Christmas
It's
episode.
very Christmassy.
It's the hat. Hence your
I'm
shirt.
wearing my Don't Stop Believin' Christmas shirt.
Making amends.
Yeah. It's a good thing.
Yeah,
It's one of the 12 steps.
that is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. What type of apologizer are you, or do you not like apologizing?
I hate apologizing, but I'll do it.
Yeah.
I hate apologizing because I don't like to admit that I'm wrong. But I am often wrong, and so as I get older, I tend to be quicker to apologize for things. And then,
Mm,
what kind of apologizer am I? Uh, I will say with Drew, we are both pretty quick to apologize if we're short with each other or something. So that's good.
yeah.
Um, and then if it's somebody else, like with you, I think I apologize to you for stuff. Do I? I hope I do.
Do we ever really get
I don't
get
know.
into
I think
fights
probably
when we need to?
more often than not, if it's something I think I, you know, did. Yeah, yeah. So more often
Melanie's
than
mad at
not,
me.
I'll apologize, and you'll go, "What are you talking about?" The
Yeah,
same with you and me. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I did uh, apologize to someone from my past within the last couple of years. My first real boyfriend from my senior year of high school, who I cheated on twice, and he actually took me back the first time, and then I did it again like an idiot. And I did reach out to him recently, and I said, I was just horrible to you, and you didn't deserve that, and I am so sorry, and just I was not a good girlfriend. And he accepted my
It
apology, which was
happens.
nice.
You were young.
I was young and stupid, yeah, but still.
Yeah, yeah. I same thing. I did something in '98. Actually, and it ended a friendship.
Oh,
Um, and I mean, there were issues on both sides. It wasn't all just me, but I apologized. I think in 2017, and I mean, even though I mean, I never saw that person again. I will never see them again, although they do live in Florida, but a different part. I just it felt like a weight was lifted
did they accept
when
your
I did it.
apology or acknowledge it?
They did.
Oh, well, that's good.
They did, and they accepted their part of it too.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
It's a win-win, right?
yeah,
It's good for
yeah.
both people.
Are you more of like an in person or
Oh,
written?
never in person. I mean, if I have my choice to never ever talk to a person in person, I can craft a written apology or anything written, man. I can just wordsmith that stuff to death. In person, I
Right.
am awkward and horrible and just probably start crying right away, and I'm just not good in person. It's amazing
Yeah.
you know me as well as you do, Sean, because we've spent many, many times together in person, and I'm sure I've said a lot of stupid things to you. I'm sorry,
I'm
Sean.
sure I have also. I'm sorry too. Yeah, I remember once. You remember my friend Marge, who was in
Yeah.
Vegas? We had gotten into a big fight, and we had been friends for like 5 years at that point, and we just didn't talk after that for. I feel like it was at least a month or two, and I mailed her a postcard with an apology.
Oh.
I mean, and she lived the next town over. It's not
Oh
like it
well.
was like really far away, but that's like that opened the door back up.
I always liked the idea of Yom Kippur is, I guess, the Day of Atonement. I like the idea of
Hmm.
that,
Yeah.
atoning and apologizing and forgiving. And you know what my favorite, my least favorite kind of apology is? I'm sorry you feel that way.
Oh, oh, that's not an apology. Oh,
Hmm.
that's just horrible.
Hmm. You see that a lot. People do that a lot.
If you were if you were gonna pause when you said, you know, what the worst kind of apology, I was gonna say an edible
Oh.
arrangement.
No, I think I'm
Uh,
sorry you feel that way is worse than an edible arrangement.
that's like the we were told.
Oh,
I've been having some issues at work this week, and I've been texting you about them. And there were many times where I could have put "we were told" in the conversation. I can't do it. I can't. Just can't do it. I hate that phrase.
that
Accept some
yes,
responsibility. You're an adult.
accountability is a big one, which is part of this atonement and making amends. Take some
Yeah,
responsibility, people.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I do have a question for
Okay.
you. Am I a righteous man?
You sent me that. You're funny.
All right, let's move on to the other
Yeah.
theme, the more fun
Yeah.
theme, if you're good with
Yeah.
that. Christmas.
I love Christmas.
And Hanukkah. You can't forget about Willow.
That's true.
But yeah, yeah,
Winter holidays.
I
I'm
love
all
Christmas.
about it.
Yeah, yeah, I love Christmas. As you know, my husband goes crazy decorating inside and out.
I'm gonna have to send you some pictures because today we went out. We bought some. I started decorating my house for autumn.
Nice.
And today we went to the produce stand and they had all sorts of pumpkins and gourds and corn stalks. And we bought some of that stuff. And I'm going to send pictures to you. And so you tell him to watch out for Christmas because now that I have this nice house,
Um,
it's going to be decorated.
you got that nice, the nice railing from the second to
Hmm.
the first. I could picture garland looping
Yep.
going
I have right now, I
downstairs. You
have
got the nice
autumn garland on there.
mantle.
Yep.
You were gonna be hitting up my. Is there a Michael's by you?
No, there's nothing.
Really?
There's
Not
nothing.
even Blue
The
Ridge?
closest Michael's and Joanne's is a little over an hour away in,
Right, Blue Ridge
in
doesn't even
Gainesville,
have one.
Georgia.
Okay, well then you'll be getting a lot of stuff online, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we've been buying a lot. The people that deliver to our house are like, "Yeah, the people that used to live here, we hardly ever came up here." I was like, "Well, get ready. Can I get you a
Yeah.
drink? Can I do something nice for you because you're gonna know us. My name is Melanie. What's your name? Okay, good to know you. We're buddies." But yeah, Christmas, I like it, and I'm very excited to be up here where there's seasons now. So I'll actually get to have a cold Christmas and maybe a little snow even. It's very exciting.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love decorating. I love Christmas
Yeah.
specials. Charlie Brown Christmas is my favorite
Yeah.
one. We have a ton of Charlie Brown Christmas themed stuff. And then Rudolph is a close second.
Yes. And last year was the year I watched the Muppet Christmas Carol for the first time. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
good.
I think we talked about it on the
Oh, we
podcast or
might
something.
have. And then the other
Uh,
one that I liked where it's the It's a Wonderful Life, but Kermit.
uh-huh. Yes.
Yes. I don't remember the name of that one, but
Christmas.
that's a good one.
Hmm. Christmas baking. I
Yes.
used to make cookies with my mom growing up, and now we do it. Last year we went way over the top. I think we made like 10 different
You go crazy
kinds.
with the cookies. I'm
I
not
don't know that
complaining though.
we'll do that. Yeah, yeah, you enjoy them.
Everybody
I don't
benefits.
know that we'll do that again this year, but I mean, there's the two recipes that I make, every year that family wants. I'll make those, and then a couple of other ones.
Can you share your recipe with the podcast people?
I will do a post. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, you guys, they're
absolutely.
good. They're yummy.
Some of my cousins were a little upset when I started putting them online. I'm like, people need to eat these things. Like, I want to share it.
It's
Like,
not like, your Phoebe's grandmother who took it to her grave.
yeah, Nestle
Nestle
Toulouse.
Toulouse.
And gift giving. I of course I enjoy receiving presents, but I always like giving
You're a good
gifts.
gift giver,
Speaking
Sean.
of, I actually saw something today for you. I was like, oh, getting
Oh,
that.
I've already bought your gifts like months ago.
Jeez. Oh my god, I have not bought yours, but I did see it today. I said, yep,
That's
getting
it?
that.
Okay.
It was just so it was a random on a random Instagram post, and I was like, oh, that's perfect. So yeah,
Yeah.
Christmas is This is fun. So December will be 20 years we've been in Florida. Still not used to Christmas shopping in shorts.
Yeah, it's wrong.
I miss it. Yeah, I don't miss a lot of things about living on Long Island, but going into New York City to see like the tree at Rockefeller Center
Mhm.
and all the decorations, I do miss that.
Mhm. Mhm.
I mean, they do decorate in the mall here, but it's not.
It's not the same.
Any other thoughts on Christmas?
Christmas. Oh, what are your thoughts on the nog?
I Nog is something where it's like I want a glass and then I'm
Yeah.
good. It's kind of like candy corn. Like I need one candy corn pumpkin and I'm good. I like the nog. I like spiked nog. I like to grate some fresh cinnamon on the top of the
Mm.
nog. I don't know that I think one year I made it myself, but that's the kind of thing. Like I'll just get the container from
Yeah.
Publix. I'm good. I don't need to make it myself.
I love
If I
eggnog.
was like having a
What?
yeah, if I was having a party,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
I would
Yeah,
make
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
myself. But like this is us.
No.
I'm just yeah.
I love eggnog, and we used to have it around the holidays, and then, of course, what is it, like 10,000 calories a cup.
Oh yeah, it's horrible for you.
So I was buying, like, the low fat, and then for a while when I was vegetarian and I didn't wanna drink cow's milk, so then I tried, like, silk nog, and I, like, swung all the way and now I'm back to I'm gonna have, like, once a year, I'm gonna have some nog. I'm buying, like, full fat nog.
Yeah, that would be something growing up. Like we would buy it every year and forget about it.
Oh, yeah.
So it was that, or like we would buy like for Thanksgiving, we'd buy a pumpkin pie and forget about it
Oh,
because no one really ate
oh,
pumpkin pie. I mean, not like forget about it, like or it was like gross or
yeah.
anything, but it was like it'd be in the
Yeah,
freezer
yeah,
or
yeah.
something.
Nog in the coffee.
Ooh,
Oh,
I like that
mhm,
idea.
that's delicious.
Oh,
Yep.
we've been buying not the same. We've been buying like pumpkin spice flavored creamer,
Oh, yeah.
and it's good.
Yeah.
I got my first Starbucks pumpkin cream cold brew
Was it
of
good?
the year yesterday. It was
It was
good.
good?
I can't get the pumpkin spice latte because I need to drink that hot,
Oh.
and it's way too hot to have a hot coffee right now.
Oh, okay.
So I
I
go for the cold brew until it
I
drops.
prefer the apple, brown sugar syrup that they have, and so
Hmm.
I usually just get a flat white with some apple syrup in it. It's delicious. I love it. And it always makes me sad when they use up I'm probably the only one getting it. They run through the
That's just how
bottle.
it's gone.
God, and you can't even get it online for less than $100, which I'm not paying. But I had a pumpkin spice chai the other day.
I saw that on their menu, and I was like, "Ooh, maybe I'll give that a
It was
try."
very
That sounded
good.
good.
Spicy, yummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Yep.
All right, you ready to get into amends?
Let me get my notes. I'm
Okay.
ready.
I have a lot to say.
Okay, I
A
know
lot
you
to say
told
about
me you had things
this.
to say.
Yes. All right. So we start off with it previously on
Yes,
all about Angel.
yes. Angels had it.
He
He's
lost his
gone through
soul.
it.
Soul's
Yep.
back, and we get flashbacks right away, starting off in the 19th century.
And that's what I predicted. Did I not predict that? There's
You
gonna be
said
some
that. You
period
said
costumes, bad
carolers.
accents, and I
Yep.
was
Yep.
not disappointed.
Mm-mm.
Oof.
No. No.
Um, his and I said, this is obviously filmed at Universal Studios, Diagon Alley.
That didn't exist yet.
All right, well, it looked very much like it. Hey, Piggy.
It did, though. I agree with you. It definitely did look like it.
And then we see Daniel guy leaving, and
Hmm.
then he's attacked by, I guess that's Angel, right?
That is Vampire Angel with the mustache.
Didn't even recognize him. I just put attacked by a Irish vampire. But then when I realized it was an angel centric episode, I was like, oh, this is all Angel, isn't it? But yeah, oh yeah, yeah. What?
I did think his accent was a little bit better than what we got in season two, but still needed some
They
work.
got
So
season 3 dialect coach money now. In
that's
addition to plate
true.
glass money, they got dialect coach money. Oh,
So
he
let me
came
find
on to
out.
start talking about his yellow stars and green diamonds. you know, it was better than that. Blue diamonds. Sorry, guys.
I remember when Lucky Charms introduced the horseshoes. That was in the 80s. There was like a whole like thing of commercials like leading up to it, and then that was the new
Can
shoe.
you imagine if Reddit was around at that point and Facebook? The anger would be unleashed.
How dare they change the marshmallows? So Angel's dreaming.
Yes, he's dreaming.
That's really what it comes down to. Yeah. So he wakes up, he's all freaked out. So he goes out for a walk through town.
Let me ask you this though. He wakes up in a bed in a
Yes.
room, and he's got
Yeah.
nice sheets and blankets and stuff, and he wakes up like this, pretending he has breath, right?
You're
Yeah.
right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to go on about him sleeping in
Oh
a
yeah, I
bed.
am
No,
that
you're right.
too. What? They else
Why not?
because they're not supposed to
If
sleep
it
in
if it can
beds.
be closed off to sunlight, I mean, why sleep in a
I
coffin?
guess it's the late '90s. They have blackout curtains now.
Yeah, I mean, I know like some, I think like in Dracula lore, like it needs to contain. Oh my god, so many dogs.
You just need to do an edit of that last shot where she just jumped across, like do it in slow motion where she just jumped across you in the screen. This is amazing.
I think like in Dracula lore, like to use itself.
Make amends. Make amends.
So in some vampire lore, like I know in Dracula, like they need to sleep in a coffin. I think that coffin needs to contain like earth from like their home.
Right.
And I remember like in like Interview with the Vampire, like one of them actually would sleep in the ground. But here, I guess it's like as long as they avoid sunlight in the Whedonverse, then it's all good.
Okay.
Like, you know, want to get some nice silk sheets.
It bothered me.
I I,
I
I
guess
know,
in
I know.
American Horror Story, the Countess, she sleeps in a bed.
Yeah, yeah.
She even says she prefers something fancy over the coffins. Anyway, okay.
So he, you know, I guess goes out on the town after waking up from this bad dream.
Yes.
And who does he run into?
Buff.
Buff with the baby
Buff with
bangs.
the worst bangs. This is the worst hairstyle yet. Even over all the
So
period hairstyles, baby bangs are bad on any. I don't know anybody. Courtney Cox in the Scream movie, she got the baby bangs.
yeah. Oh,
Horrible,
those are so.
horrible.
Yeah. So one of the IMDb trivia points for this episode was Sarah Michelle Gellar's hairstyle changed a couple of times in different scenes, from shorter, unflattering, and straight with bangs to her usual longer, full and wavy style.
Yeah.
But like, damn, they're really trashing the bang, but yeah, they just look bad.
Did they say why? I
No,
wonder why. I wonder if she was working on another project, and so she had to. I don't know. Continuity. We've already talked about this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It definitely flips back and forth a few
Yeah.
times in this episode. I do enjoy watching those like TikToks or reels of girls who try to cut their own bangs,
I
and like they
know.
pull it and they
I
go
know. And they
and like
always
it's just
start like up
horrible
here. It's like,
immediately.
how about you start down here first? I know.
And there's the look of panic on their face.
Oh,
It
it's
makes me laugh.
bad. It's bad. I wrote that Buffy looks like with that hairstyle, like she should be going to a PTA meeting.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So she and Angel have this like awkward like, hey, how you
Yeah.
doing conversation. He doesn't like say anything about his bad dream. She needs to go to the magic store, which is what I called it last episode, and you gave me crap
The New
about
Age
it.
store.
The New Age store.
Um,
So I felt vindicated.
and so they don't. They act as if it's been a while since they've seen each other. Like time has passed. Do it.
Which I mean,
I don't know.
it's only it can't be that much time. So yeah, it does seem maybe it's just been like a week or two, and they probably haven't seen each other since she basically told him like you're still in love with
Maybe.
me. You
Yeah, we
just
can't
it's
do
never
this.
gonna
Yeah, yeah,
happen,
yeah.
kind of a thing. So
And Angel spots Daniel in the street.
yeah, his own Jacob Marley.
That's right. Good one,
Yeah.
Sean. Yes.
Credits.
Credits.
In school, there Buffy, Willow, and Xander are talking about the holidays. Buffy's going to be low key Christmas nog and roast beast.
Nog and the roast beast. And in this
Uh,
scene, her hair is kind of swept. It's not the bangs are not as pronounced. I was
yes,
like, oh, good. That was
uh,
just a momentary blip.
bad
Yeah, yeah,
decision.
yeah.
This episode was written and directed by Mr. Whedon.
Oh, so let's expect some. Let's lower the bar.
I know we're going to get into it more, but I feel like the whole purpose of this episode was to set up Angel for his show.
Oh, you think so?
I
Okay. All
do,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
Cordelia is going to go to Aspen.
Yep.
Very nice. doing some skiing.
She's back to her old bitchy self for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Willow is Jewish and is going to celebrate Hanukkah.
Because not everybody worships Santa.
That is very true. And she goes off with Oz to talk in a classroom.
Okay. I mean, yes. So yes, and he says he misses her and he wants to try again. Now, as much as I didn't like her cheating on him, and I was happy that he was like, nope, no, we're not doing this. No, I can't look at you. And now he's like, no, I miss you too much. Do you think that ever works out in real life?
I think it can. I do think it can. I think probably not often, but I think it can. So I watched this one like a week and a half ago at this point now because we were going to record last
Yeah.
week and then the hurricane, all
Yeah.
that stuff. So I watched like a quick like 5 minute like recap just to refresh my memory. And one of the things that the narrator of this video pointed out is like everybody on the show has flaws, but Oz never does. I just thought that was interesting because we really haven't seen him do anything, other than being a werewolf, which is really not his fault. He got bit by his cousin. Um, I just thought that was
I'm
interesting.
going
I
to
wanted
say
to
his
bring it up.
flaw is that he's too forgiving.
Mhm. Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know if there's such a thing. I put at some point in here, I said, where was he when I was 17? Where
He does seem very much emotionally
Yeah,
mature.
he's very sweet.
I did like when he said he feels like he lost an arm or a torso
Yes.
without her. That was just like, oh.
Oh,
So they hug. It's sweet, and let's hope for the best.
yeah,
But again, Joss Whedon.
right. So
Uh,
then Buffy and Joyce are at the flock tree farm.
you ever have a flock tree?
No.
No,
Have
me
you?
neither.
No. I was just looking at them, because it's already out. All that stuff is out at Home Depot now. And we do have a Home Depot
Mm,
here. So that's where I go shopping now. And I was looking at the flock trees. I was like, that might be nice. Just a flock
I
tree.
can see that in your
I
place.
went to get a massage at a spa around here, and they had I don't know if it's like a year round thing or it was some kind of charity or I don't know what, but they had Christmas trees throughout the building everywhere. Some were decorated, some were just flocked, and they had pine cones, and some were just green. But it was very nice. But I was looking at those flock trees, thought those look really nice, just simple, and they had some white globy lights and a couple pine cones here and there. That's kind of pretty.
Mm,
But I'm more of a green tree with like everything, all the colors and everything, like
yeah.
Christmas vomits on the tree. You know?
Yes. Yep. Growing up, my dad had bought a. We've always had artificial trees, and I'm fine with that. But growing up, my dad had bought a tree in '85 from TSS, which was like a Long Island chain
Okay.
of
Yeah.
stores, and it was. I mean, we called it a Charlie Brown tree later in life. It was a little
Oh.
pitiful, but when it was like all
Yeah.
decorated, it was
Yeah.
fine. But like we used that until like 2000. Like that thing was just falling apart.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, they're actually flocking the trees as Buffy and Joyce walk in, which I thought was cool.
Right.
I've never seen flocking.
Oh no. Okay.
No,
Um. And then Joyce suggests inviting Faith to Christmas.
I'm not liking this Joyce Faith thing. I feel like Joyce cares more about Faith than she does about Buffy.
Oh,
Now, we know Joyce is a horrible mom,
yeah.
so I'm not
Yeah.
surprised. But it really is. I'm noticing it more now than like previous rewatches, and it's
That she's
bothering
way
me.
more tender and thoughtful about Faith.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm,
And then Buffy says, "What about Giles?" And then immediately Joyce, "No,
nope.
I'm sure he's fine."
Hard stop. No.
Yeah. Going back to band candy.
Yeah. Yes,
The stuff that
exactly.
definitely was going
Joyce and
on.
Ripper
Buffy wanders off, finds a bunch of dead Christmas
finds the dead
trees,
tree
just in one
section.
little area.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the sales guy is on her in a flash when she walks back there. Like, I don't know, he was just waiting for somebody to walk back there and try to unload one of those dead trees. And oh, on the because he says they up and died. They just up and died.
Someone died. Yeah,
And then she just kind of wanders off. "Ah." Something's
Giles.
going on. Um,
Yeah.
and then there's you hear men chanting. There's like a montage of a ritual,
Hmm.
And it turns out it's another bad dream for Angel,
Yep.
right?
And the men have no eyes.
Yeah, that's interesting.
One of the another IMDb trivia thing was that those men, and we'll get into it more later, but they're a nod to the 1975 movie The Devil's Reign,
I've never
which
heard of that
features
one.
acolytes. No,
No.
but features acolytes of a satanic cult that looks similar.
Okay.
Uh, so I had sent you a picture about an hour
Yes, you
ago.
did.
Kind of see the resemblance, and that's actually John Travolta in the picture I sent you.
What?
It was a minor part, I think, before John Travolta was really known.
One moment, please. You all will see
All
this
right.
photo shortly, but I'm seeing it now.
No, it's up right now.
Oh, it's up right now? You're so good, Sean.
Trust me.
Oh, you can't tell. He's wearing a mask or something.
No, you can't tell,
Oh,
but according to what I read, it's John
as you,
Travolta.
yeah, someone says it is. Who knows?
So we go to Motel Faith.
Motel Faith.
Yep. Buffy invites her over to Christmas,
Yes,
which was nice.
it was nice.
But now Faith has a party.
She's going to a big party. And can I just say, her room is getting progressively filthier. I mean, you got to
Well,
look at the walls. There's filth on the walls. It looks like last episode. Remember when Cordelia went into the dumpster and she came out and she was covered? They did the
yes,
same effects
yes.
on Faith's walls.
They just had Cordelia
Yeah,
roll
she just
around on
rolled
the
around the
wall.
walls, and they just had the same bucket of charcoal or whatever they were using. They're like, "Oh yeah, throw
Right.
some up here," and she's got her one crappy string of lights.
'Tis the season,
Yeah, tis this. That's right.
whatever that
Yeah.
means.
She said, right, she's going to a big party that definitely doesn't exist.
Yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. At Giles' villa, Angel shows up,
Yep.
and Giles greets him with a
So
crossbow.
he says, no, he says, Angel says, I need your help. You're the only one that can help me. And Giles goes, okay. And he walks away, and then he turns
Yeah,
around and has the crossbow. He's like, okay.
right.
And Angel says, I can't come in without you inviting me. And he's like, okay, come in.
Sounds good. Yep. Angel tells Giles he's been dreaming about his past, and then everybody's favorite techno pagan,
That's right.
Jenny
That's
Calendar.
right. Yep.
Did you think we were going to see Jenny again?
Never.
No.
But I wrote Jenny apparition. Freaks. And I said,
He
freaks
freaks
Angel the
out.
hell out.
You know, we get another flashback to a different Christmas.
Yeah, more dreaming. Yep. Sleeping in the bed with the
He,
sheets.
yep.
Why is that
He,
room so nice and the rest of the mansion is just all dilapidated?
yeah, maybe he's just one of those people who just hangs out in that one room and just doesn't care about the rest.
That can't be true because he's always down in the garden area courtyard doing his Tai Chi.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
don't know.
You're absolutely right.
All right.
Maybe it's just he just he's really squatting. I'm assuming it's not like he owns the
Right.
place, so
Right.
maybe that's just the previous owners just left the bedroom
Okay.
that
Okay.
way.
You don't think Angel went to like Macy's and Macy's bedding
Linens,
section,
linens and
linens and
things.
things? All right. So he does another flashback or another dream where he's got awful hair again.
Yes,
Right? Like long.
this is where he has a mustache. He doesn't have a mustache in the other
No,
one. I'm
one of
lying.
them he had
I
long hair with
misspoke.
no mustache, and then another one he had the mustache, yeah. And so this is where he's making the pass at the maid, at the chambermaid, and
Hmm.
she's like, "No, no, I can't." He, and he's like, "Yeah, okay," or he just attacks her.
Yeah. But then Buffy's in the middle of it. I had forgotten about that, so
Oh,
that
that's right.
surprised me.
I
Yeah.
wrote that when he vamps out this time, he looks like Vincent from Beauty and the Beast. I know we've talked about that before, but I'm gonna have to find a picture of that because that's what he reminded me of here.
Oh,
And
okay.
she also says that maid says that she has a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh,
Yeah.
ruining
A lot of
future
orphans.
Christmases for that kid.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Then he wakes up, and
Yep.
Buffy wakes up, and she looks upset because it was in his dream, or yeah, she was in his dream, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we get evil Jenny Calendar. I do
an
like
evil,
evil
an
Jenny
evil
Calendar.
Jenny calendar. It's just a calendar of Jenny looking evil. That's what we need. That's what we need to make, Sean, a Jenny calendar. And we're just gonna, you guys, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. If you want one, you let us know.
Evil these kids.
2025 Jenny calendar.
We can export that to PDF and people can just print it
Yes,
out. That's going on the
I love
website.
it. Don't you guys steal that idea. We're totally doing it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
heard it
I
here.
love it.
All right.
Yes. It'd be amazing.
Oh my god. Okay. And so let's see. Yeah, Angel wakes up. He sees Jenny, but Jenny morphs into Daniel.
Yep.
It's pretty scary, and he
Mhm.
gets
Yeah.
progressively like more and more freaked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we really never, other than like that one time when Jenny was possessed by Igon, we really have never seen an evil Jenny. I like it. I think she plays it very
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. 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 She did a good job.
At school, Buffy thinks she was in Angel's dream. She doesn't think it was just a normal dream.
We're
See,
back. We're back to the mansion, and there's some random guy that I at first thought was the mayor. All these
kind of looks like
generic
him.
white guys, in the show, but it's not.
Hmm.
I don't think it's the mayor. It's some other guy from his past, I guess.
Hmm.
Right? Tormenting
Yeah,
Angel.
yeah. I think when he was Angelus last season, there's a lot that we didn't see.
Hmm.
And I think this was just one of the random people he killed.
Okay. All right.
And then I think he killed his family too, from what the guy was saying.
Yes. Yeah. 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 And then Angel is talking about how he was a man once, and but he wasn't a good man apparently.
A drunken, whoring layabout.
Yeah. Yeah.
That this is actually where I put in my notes. Was this the setup for Angel the series?
Oh, is that what the series is about? He tries to do good and
He helps the helpless.
oh, okay. All right. Then yeah, that's a good setup. Wow, and there's 4 more seasons to go of Buffy. That's really thinking ahead. Well, was he like
Hmm.
was did Angel overlap Buffy in filming?
We'll have to wait and
Oh.
see.
Well, I'm thinking because if he went off and did his own show, I don't know. All right, we'll wait and see.
Uh, we get a dream sequence now. Last week, my husband and I watched my favorite episode of Friends, which is the one where everyone finds out.
Yeah.
And there's a scene in that one where Phoebe and Rachel and Ross are in the apartment across the
Yeah.
street from
Ross's apartment.
Monica's apartment. Yeah, and they see Monica and Chandler doing
Yeah.
it, and just Phoebe just yells out, "They're doing it!" And that's what I wrote in my notes because that's we had another dream sequence, and they're doing it. So yeah, they're doing
Yeah,
it,
they're doing it.
and in the middle of it, Angel vamps out and bites Buffy.
And there was the weird ritual guy in the corner while they were doing it.
Hmm.
And then Angel vamps out and attacks Buffy, and the Jenny apparition says, "Take her, take what you want, and you'll be free. This is why we brought you back. Take her back, and then you'll be ready to kill her." So this is where we have our kind of clue that the Jenny apparition, is part of this whole weird ritualistic thing that's happening on the side there.
Hmm.
All
Hmm.
right, okay.
In the library, we find out about the first
The
evil
first evil.
and his, I'll use acolyte again. His acolytes,
They're
the bringers,
harbingers.
harbingers. Yeah, don't use that word enough in life.
No, let's all make a point to use that word this week in our daily life somewhere, and make sure you tell us where it was that you used it.
By emailing us at thesunnydalediaries at
There you
gmail.com.
go.
We find out that they can conjure manifestations,
Yeah.
which is what has been haunting Angel.
Mm-hmm.
Buffy and Xander go to Willie's bar. They're going to pump Willie for information.
Willie the snitch.
Did Willie have much to say?
First, he clears the room of all the vampires. When they walk in, he's like, "Oh, the Slayer."
Yeah,
They
that
all
was
kind of
funny.
scurry off. Um, and then he says, "I did hear a few things, from the underground." And Xander says, "The underground?" And Willie says, "Yeah, from things that live under the ground." He's funny. He gets some good lines. I don't think he tells them much.
No. They go outside and make a point to say it's so hot out.
Hmm.
I didn't mention earlier when Buffy and Angel ran into each other when she was shopping, they had like a quick clip of a weatherman, and it was apparently the actual weatherman from like the morning show in
Oh,
LA.
really? Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. I made a note in my head that they just keep talking about how hot it is, and yet in this episode, people are wearing coats.
Coats. Yeah. Yeah. At Willow's house, Oz walks in,
Mm-hmm.
and there on the couch is Willow. She's wearing a little sexy red
Sexy
dress.
Willow, and she's got the Barry White playing.
Yeah, yeah.
How you do it?
She's, yeah, she says that we could do that
We
thing.
can do the thing. I'm ready. I'm ready to do the thing.
But Oz, since he's such a sweet golden retriever, he's not ready.
No,
So you don't have to prove anything to
no,
me.
no.
Oh, Oz.
That's where I said, "Where were you when I was 17, Oz?" I wouldn't have
Yep.
been interested in him. Back at Joyce's house, there's a roaring fire.
In the hot weather.
She says, maybe I should put the AC down, which is totally something we did when I was growing up in South Florida on Christmas when we had a fireplace. Turn the AC way
Yep.
down.
Yeah. I mean, we'll open up our patio doors just to get some cold
Sure.
air, and just as an
Yeah, yeah.
excuse. It's not cold
You
air.
know.
It's 65
Yeah.
degree air, but yep, yep.
And then Joyce says, "So, Angel's on top again?" What? Angel's on the star.
That, so one of the Buffy podcasts that I listened to like all the way through, Buffering the Vampire Slayer, they started like a sister podcast about Angel called Angel on Top.
Oh, that's funny.
I love, like, I have issues with this episode, but I love that
Yeah,
line
yeah.
because just the way Buffy's like,
What?
"What?" She's just talking about the Angel of the Star.
The doorbell rings, and it's Faith, and she admits that there wasn't really a party.
Hmm.
Aw.
And she's kind of dressed up a little bit for
And
Faith.
she brought presents.
Yeah, they're crappy,
Doesn't
but
matter. It's the thought.
they're still gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Buffy goes upstairs to get
Mm-hmm.
gifts, and Angel's in her room.
Mm-hmm.
Which, dude, don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, come on, boundaries.
He's done that a few times. And I think Ted did that once. Ted the robot was waiting for her in her room.
Yeah, that's right.
Creepy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Creepy.
No. Uh-uh.
And Jenny Apparition is there too.
Egging him on.
Mm-hmm. Um,
And my notes are he rolls out the
he
window
totally did
because he
roll out the
really
window.
explodes.
He did. Luckily, there was no plate glass to break, but yeah, he totally went out that window. He went out that window fast, and Buffy goes after him.
Mm-hmm.
Not out the window
Yeah, just a bit.
though.
No, no. She went out the front
Yeah,
door, leaving Faith to watch her mom on
leaving Joyce with
Christmas.
her her other daughter.
The she
Yeah,
likes
and Fate's
more.
like, I'm on watchdog duty
And I think at this point she goes to Giles, and Giles tells her you may have to kill him
again.
again, and
Yeah,
they think he's gonna self-immolate.
right. Angel and Jenny are at the mansion, and he says he'll
Right.
die before he hurts Buffy.
Hmm.
That's love.
And she's like, "Okay, sounds good.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
for it.
And he says, I'll just wait for sunrise," because she says you're not strong enough to do that, and he says, "I'll just wait for sunrise." All right.
I'll do it." Yeah. Buffy realizes, because I think Giles mentioned something about the harbingers, the bringers, that nothing shall grow above or below them. Oh, the dead Christmas
Mm-hmm.
trees.
Mm-hmm.
So she finds their little hideaway, and we meet the
Down,
first.
down into that dirty hole with her perfectly white coat in the 80-degree weather. So much wrong with
Yep.
that one little snippet right there. She gets down into the dirty, dirty hole, and the coat is still pristine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's good. Just like the white
Man,
dress from the prom. Not the
I
prom, but
can't
yeah.
leave my house with a white t-shirt on because something is going to drop out of the sky and stain that shirt within 5 minutes.
I had I had put one on uh, one day over the weekend, and Piglet immediately ran up and put her paws on me, and it was dirty. Like, I had it on for 5 minutes.
Buffy's got a collection of white clothes that just stay pristine for years. It's amazing.
Yeah,
That must be part of her Slayer powers.
hours.
She repels dirt. Okay, so she goes, oh no, okay, so she figures that out. She goes down into the hole. She find and I made a note that there's 3 candles in this giant cave. They're providing a nice well lit
A
room
lot
for
of light.
her. Yeah. Um,
Probably the same as like the magic matches
yeah,
that
exactly.
Cordelia used
Yes,
in The
yes.
Witch.
She finds the bringers, and she
Hmm.
sees Jenny, the Jenny ghost,
Yep.
who is the first evil.
Yep.
Um, Jenny does lots of trash talking to Buffy, And then Jenny
Mhm.
transforms into a weird bat demon who disappears and says,
So I
"Death
was
by sunrise."
ooh, that was
Thank you.
good. I was just trying to find some info. I was trying to actually find the original script to see how they described that. I found something. I don't know if it was the actual script or not, but it said an angel of death type apparition. I don't know that I agree with that. It reminded me of like a ghost from like
Like
Ghostbusters.
a bat type demon, a bat type ghost with a deep, gravelly voice.
I did like when they're talking and like and Jenny is saying, "I'm the thing that darkness fears," and then Buffy goes, "All right, I get it. You're evil."
Yep.
Buffy runs to the mansion. He's not there. Where is he? He's out on a cliff.
There's a cliff. Of course, there's a cliff. A very dramatic cliff in Sunnydale. Sure,
Yep.
of course. She's trying to persuade him to come in. There's only a few minutes, which is plenty of time to give a big, speech.
Am I a righteous man? He's saying it's not the demon in him that needs killing; it's the man.
Mhm.
So this is something else that video I mentioned earlier mentioned. I want to get your take on
What?
this. Is Angel should Angel feel guilty for what Angelus did?
Well, was Angel like a passenger during that whole thing? Kind of, there was Angel in there, and he could see what Angelus was doing, uh, or does he remember? Does he? I
It's
don't
an interesting
know. It is
question
an interesting question.
because it does seem like he is harboring all that, all that guilt.
Yeah,
But should he be?
if he is conscious of it, I mean, he has the memories, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, he's
yeah, it's
seeing
got
them.
to
So yeah.
weigh on him. I
Hmm.
mean, is he deserving of that guilt? I don't know the answer. Who is deserving of guilt? It's a
Hmm.
useless emotion.
Fair.
That's a country song. Okay, so they get into a fight, um,
Yeah.
and Angel says, "The world wants me gone." And Buffy says, "What about me?" She doesn't say it whiny like that, but that's how I heard it in my head. Like, it's not about you, Buffy. I love
my
you, but I love you. I killed you and
my
I
notes
meant
are
to help.
my notes are blah blah blah.
Basically, we're saying the same thing.
Yes. Followed by it's snowing.
Yes, followed by the magic snow that's
The
all
Christmas
small.
miracle.
It's a Christmas
Yep. Yep.
miracle just for them.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, this is where I talked about this. And what kind of temperature drop is that? Like they're just standing there at 80 degrees, and then all of a sudden it's snowing and freezing. That's some
Yeah,
global
and it's got to
warming
be below
shit right
32
there,
then. So a 50-degree
right? A
drop.
50-degree drop in the span of a minute.
Yeah. Christmas
Yeah.
miracle.
Hey, Piggy.
So the camera pans to well, not pans. The scene switches to the town square, and we see the sun. Yeah, not the actual
Yeah.
sun, but the sun cinema sign. I did think
Oh.
that was
Oh
cool.
yeah. I didn't notice that. Okay. Interesting. Oh, that's good.
And so I mentioned to you last week that I was playing TikTok Buffy trivia.
Yes.
There's a woman, Val the Buffy gal, who does this like once a month, and I was doing it. I was on there for probably like 8 or 9 questions. Some of them, it's like when we do that Friends trivia, it's like so deep. I'm just not going to know. But some of them, like she'll give you like the name of an episode, but like synonyms of
Oh,
it. So like this one would have been like
yeah.
apologies, and then you got to figure it out. But I was doing it, and I said, all right, I got to sign off because I had to watch Amends because we're recording that. Right after I signed off, she asked a question about
Oh
Amends,
my god.
which was after it goes past the Sun Cinema, you see the marquee of the movie theater. What was it? What was the movie listed on the
Oh
marquee?
my god. Did you know it?
Yeah, I,
Oh,
it was Abilene,
Abilene.
which was a movie that came out in '99.
Oh, that's the one with Blake Lively,
Oh, okay.
right?
I have no idea.
I
I
don't know.
stopped when I got the title of
Abilene.
Abilene.
Okay. We also got a shot of Willow and Oz back at Willow's house, and Willow's looking more like herself in her comfy jammies.
Yeah.
And then,
They're watching Christmas
yeah,
specials or Hanukkah
yeah.
specials. eating cookies, drinking
Yes,
milk. It was very
very sweet.
sweet.
And Faith and Joyce are, that everybody's witnessing the miracle. And then they show
Xander sleeping
Xander in his
outside.
sleeping bag getting frostbite.
Poor guy. He must have a horrible,
He
horrible
really
home life.
his home life must be bad. Yeah.
And Buffy and Angel are walking down the street hand in hand.
Yes.
There's Christmassy music
Yes.
playing. That's it. That's how it ends, right?
Their love and strength made it snow, and now he's just gonna spend the rest of his time fighting against his instinct to die. Right?
Yep.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Happy ending.
So I sent you an email
Okay.
a few minutes ago.
Okay.
There was a commercial that was filmed, and it was clearly filmed when they were shooting this episode because she has the baby
Oh.
bangs.
This season with 1-800-COLLECT, you don't have to be alone for the holidays.
And now every completed 1-800-COLLECT call enters you in a Buffy Christmas Sweepstakes. Watch a Buffy Christmas Tuesday, December 15th on the WB, and you could win a chance to be on Buffy.
Sorry I'm late.
You should have called.
Keep in touch with 1-800-COLLECT. The more calls you make, the more chances to win.
Your Christmas wish just may come true.
Remember 1-800-COLLECT?
Do you remember when they had all those 1-800 weird numbers?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
So I thought it was funny that in that video she grabs an icicle and tries to use it as a stake.
Yes.
That's not going to work. It's not wood.
Hey, she doesn't make the rules.
Yep. So I think the winner of that contest got to be on an episode of one of the events later in the season, to like one of like the graduation related events.
Okay.
So good for that
All right.
person. It wasn't
All
me.
right.
So yeah, I thought that little tidbit was
That
cool.
is pretty good.
Wanted to
That's pretty
share.
funny.
Yeah.
With the baby bangs. Oh, they're horrible.
How many stakes would you give Amends?
I give this one 2.75.
2.
What? I was
This
being
episode
generous. I was like, oh
serves
my gosh. I always hate to
this
go as
ep-
low as I think because I'm like, oh, he's gonna give me crap. 2.
this ep- this episode serves no purpose in the storyline.
Well, except for setting Angel up for his show.
This is Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
This is not Angel the Vampire.
Exactly.
This isn't RuPaul's Best Friends race.
It just feels just like thrown in there.
Yeah. It was a Christmas episode.
Yeah, and that's why I gave it 2.
If it was taking place in summer, you would have given it 1.
I don't like it.
All right.
I don't like
I didn't think it was that bad. It wasn't my favorite.
No, I mean the story is fine, but I feel like we got so much with recent episodes.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, some of your favorite stuff.
We did we did The Wish right before this one. And then we get this.
All right.
It's just like, ugh. So I wanted to ask you, actually, before I do that, do you have a favorite line?
You, because I love you. I love you. What about me? All right, go ahead. I can just keep going. It makes you laugh. Go ahead.
Do you have a favorite line?
Oh yeah, it was the Willie the Snitch talking about, where he gets his news from the underground, from things that are underground.
Yes. Mine was Angels on Top again. All right, now I wanted to ask you. So we're about almost halfway through the season at this point.
Okay.
Who do you think, or what is going to be the big bad of this season?
We still haven't seen the true evil of the mayor. Right? So hopefully that's going to come to fruition by the end of this season. Otherwise, it's going to just drag along too much. He needs to be the big bad.
Okay. Interesting.
Thanks. I was watching a previous episode that we did, watching us, and you're so good, Sean, at maintaining a straight face when I do my predictions and my answer to these questions. You do a really good job at not giving anything away.
Meanwhile, like mentally, I'm jumping up and down depending on what you say.
You're doing you got a great poker face.
Sometimes, because sometimes you hit it.
More often than not, I don't, though.
That's okay. You don't know.
This is a crazy show.
It's the joy of watching a new show.
Yeah. All right. So what's coming up next?
Next, we have season 3, episode 11, Gingerbread.
All right.
Do you want to inform our listeners about socials?
Sure. We are everywhere except for X and Snapchat. And we are the Sunnydale Diaries everywhere. We have an email, thesunnydalediaries@gmail.com. We have a website, thesunnydalediaries.com. And on that website, you can find all of our episodes and you can find an invitation to our Discord server.
And if I can make it work, by November 1st, there will be a link to download the Jenny Calendar calendar.
I love it. Yeah, drop us a line, give us some feedback, tell us what's going on with you. If you have any suggestions, we're open to anything, pretty much, as long as it's legal.
Leave us a review if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll be back next time with Gingerbread.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Bye.
Bye.